I don't trust you to read it. Okay, so back to breakfast. So now, student breakfast, okay? Students, make sure you write this down. There's times where students can order breakfast, all right? It's from any time from 8:30 until 9:15, okay? After that, it's cut off. Students can order any food from 8:30 until 9:15, okay? Student lunch, they can order any time from 8:30 until what, 11:45? Is that what it is? Read what's on the wall over there for me, please, Luis. Pretty sure it's 11:45. Okay. Anything after that, you're not going to get it. Okay. These are rules, and not only this class, but every class goes through this. So that being the case, you got to be sure that you get your. If you're going to have breakfast, now we have our break. 11:45. That's what I thought. Okay. So those times are hard and fast. If you come here at 11:46, you're not getting it. Okay? So please, you could order breakfast or lunch anytime after we come out here because typically on a production day, especially next Tuesday, we're going to come in, take roll call, and then we're coming right out to set up the dining room. Okay? So there's going to be very little time in there. But getting back to it, the student orders, again, the cutoff is 9:15. And then typically our class, we close the restaurant at 9:45. Whatever orders are in there, and then normally we take about 15, 20 minute, whatever, to eat breakfast. So if you order breakfast, it's going to come in at 9:45, or actually, anytime after 9:45, all right? And when you're putting in a student order, when you go to put it in, or even a phone order, it's going to ask, a keypad's going to come up. And you got to put a name and a time. So student meals, breakfast is always at 9:45. For lunch, students, there's two student times. One is 11 to 11:30 for the first break, and one is from 12:30 until 1 for the second break. So typically, half the class goes to lunch from 11 to 11:30, and then they switch. The next day, that group will switch and eat at 12:30 to 1. Everybody good with that? The captain, and next week, Luis is going to be the first captain, because he didn't get a chance. Did he get last semester?
Only for the ceremony.
Okay, good. So now you're going to, now you're getting what you asked for.
Yeah.
He'll have gray hair by the time he's done with it. Anyway, okay. So, yeah. So in any event, but it's the way, the captain is going to assign that schedule. So they don't take requests. They don't say, well, do not take it upon yourself either, all right? And here's another thing I'll tell you about breaks, is if you're scheduled to go from 11 to 11:30 and for whatever reason you don't, eat get your stuff until 11:15, you're still coming back at 11:30, okay? I don't care. You're back at 11:30. So if you get out for whatever reason at 11:20, guess what? You got 10 minutes to eat. That's the way it is. Okay? Same with the other side of the coin. The only time it'll be any changes is if I okay that. And that, there have been times, I'll give you another example, where we're so busy that there's no breaks at 12:30. Okay? I need you guys, so I'll give you another 15 minutes or whatever. Or, that's one option. Or the second option is, if you give up your break, I'll cut you loose that much earlier. Okay? So instead of staying till 2:30, as soon as we get done cleaning up, I'll cut you loose at 2 o'clock, whatever. So it's not like you get cheated out of it. I'll make it up at the end of the day, but that's how it is. There have been times where it's been really busy at 12:30. We can't take breaks. It's impossible, okay? So it's not anything personal. Don't take it that way. It's just that the business will dictate that. Anybody been in the business? If you have, can you tell how busy it's going to be every day? Probably not. Except Sunday morning, right? Yeah. Breakfast, right? Saturday, Sunday morning, I know you're going to be busy. But every other day, it's a crapshoot. So in any case, that's it. I was about to do student orders. So go ahead. So now when we do student orders, 107, student meals. So the top button here is green, says begin table. Right under that, student meal. The phone orders, we'll talk about that. That's in purple, it says begin to go. And then pick up, that's after you're done with it. So student order, Okay, so I'm gonna put Luis's student meal in. Okay, so Luis, and then at 9:45, enter. Boom. So there it is there. So Luis at 9:45. All right, he's got breakfast. So Luis is gonna have burrito. I don't know. Burrito, what kind? All of it?
Oh yeah.
All right, good, do it all of it. Whoops. Now, actually, if he does all of it, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, he'd have to pay for it.
Just do all of it.
Okay. Never mind, we're doing bacon. I'm cheap. Because I'm buying, so I'm cheap. Okay. Now I'm going to add, okay, again, special modifier. So now I'm going back. He wants the salsa inside it too. So what you saw before, go ahead.
Sorry, before you finish. This
Oh, I
is
hit the
it.
wrong one.
Yes.
Right, okay. So again, I hit the wrong button. Okay? So now I'm out again. Now, what did you just notice? I hit a button by mistake. As long as I didn't send it, I can void it. That's what you were asking earlier.
Right.
So before you send it, you're still okay. So now I hit the wrong button. So I'm going to go back again. Student burrito. Aha. Okay? There's no tax on it. See it? And then it's going to be bacon. And then it's going to be salsa. Right here.
Salsa.
There. Inside. Now, a lot of what you want, before you arbitrarily type it up, because you can type it up, look to see what the capability of the machine has. Chances are it's got a lot more capability than you're thinking it does, okay? So again, salsa inside, all right? So now we got it all set, okay? Go back, I'm going back now to the other one here. So now I'm gonna do student eggs Benedict, okay? So now it's students eggs Benedict, okay? I want hollandaise on the side, okay? Special mod is purple. Sauce, okay? So you could do it one of two ways. SOS is an acronym for sauce on the side. Okay. If they don't understand that, or you're not, and once again, I'll be in there reading the tickets along with, you eventually, so we'll understand what it means. Or I'll do it the other way. So I could either do SOS, okay, like that, like, nah, you don't want that? Okay. Get rid of that, and I'm going to do sauce, okay? Then I'm going to hit O on the side. See it? So now I spelled it out. Everybody good? Okay. Drinks. Coffee. Coffee. No, okay. Did it again. Okay. Good. Student coffee.
Yep.
Right here, right there. Okay, so now I have zero tax.
Nice.
Print it. Print it. Okay, here it comes. Good thing you're here. Oh. Okay, pick up table. And now here's Luis's order. Okay? So there's Luis's order just the way it is. Okay? Everybody good? Okay. Go ahead, Don.
So the only difference between a student meal and a customer meal is tax. You guys don't have to pay tax, okay? And that's only for culinary students. That's not for
Music students.
RCC students that come in and have lunch.
Nice.
It's only for culinary students, okay? All right. And then, so you'll notice that when you're looking at the screens and you're doing your order, up on the top is all the customer orders. Down at the bottom, you'll see where it's duplicated, but it says student underneath. Okay, so you'll know that's a student order as opposed to a customer order.
Because you see how easy, I made a mistake on it. I've been doing this a long time. So once again, thankfully I didn't send the order and I can fix it. So yeah, I hit the wrong button for coffee, it would charge tax, wrong button. But luckily I didn't send it. The minute I send it, now I'm stuck with it. Then I'd have to go back. I can void it out, but it's a bigger production. Okay?
Yeah, so you
So
would have to-
ideally, and I'm guilty of it myself. Like I can't wait to freaking push the button, but you get the idea. So it happens to all of us. But if you catch it in time, you got it on video, you catch it on time, we can fix it, which is good. Okay, go ahead.
Also, if the student needs to come up here and place their order with whoever the cashier is, please do not put your own orders in, okay? Have the cashier put your order in. And you're gonna pay at the time you put your order in. Because at the end of the day, I don't wanna have to go looking for you to come and pay for your order, okay? So please, when you order, pay for it right away, okay? What else did you wanna go through?
Cashing out.
Okay,
Now, money.
or you wanna do phone orders?
Okay, well, we'll do phone orders too. All right, so money. You can't take anything over 20. Okay? Has anybody ever worked a cashier where the first order you have to break 100? What happens? It wipes out your whole bank. Okay? So, sometimes that happens. So what you got to do is, we can't just say, look, respectfully, we can't accept anything. Or if it's later in the day, come and get me. Because then, if we assess I have enough money to take a $100 bill and break it, reluctantly I will do that. If you take it without asking either Don or myself, you're going to be in trouble. Do not do that, please. Okay? I know you're trying to be accommodating. Now, if someone spent $100 here, let's say the check is $85, well, then fine, I'll take it, because I'm not going to, $15 change isn't going to break the bank, okay? So, there's a time and a place for everything. At breakfast, I would say, I would frown upon it big time, because we just don't have, let me ask you, how many of you pay with cash anymore? Think about it. How many of you pay with cash anymore? It's funny. I was on a subway in Chicago, going from the airport to my hotel, and this guy's on, coming in, and you get these panhandlers, right? Spare change, like, and I go into the guy next to me, like, I don't even carry cash anymore. With me either. I told the guy, you should have a chip reader instead of like a hat.
Right.
Like a Venmo
Come on,
code.
that was a good joke. Come on, that was a good joke.
So when, let's say we're serving and people leave tips, are they allowed to leave tips?
Yes, they can, but it goes right up in here, the donation box. So a lot of times, if you're the cashier, we said it.
Oh, I can't take it?
Okay. What happens is they'll take the $20 bill. It's $17.50. They'll say keep the change. So you take with the change, put it in here. Now, regarding the register, you gotta read the information there, because Dawn went to her. Can I have that for a second? You're. Okay.
I was like,
Right here, it's written in bold. Okay, it's written in bold about what to do. So go ahead, Don, walk them through it. So we're going to do a phone order first. So go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
So now it's going to be. So here's how it works. So you get a phone order.
That's what I thought. You
Now here, give me the phone order. So here it is here. So when you're taking a phone order, you got to listen up. The phone order, you get the guy's name, Dirk. Okay. I'll say it's you're in the building, so you work in the building, you're on the 3rd floor. So your extension, if they give you 4 numbers, that means they're from inside the building here. So extension 4141, okay? He ordered a Market burger, all right? So Market burger with cheese, medium well, French fries, a dessert 1, Coke. Okay, so that's it. So now what you got here, you got the person's name and their phone number. Okay, the order: Market burger with cheese, medium well, French fries, a dessert 1, and a Coke. All to go. So now I hang up the phone. I give it to the cashier. So Donna's going to put that in.
Okay, so I'm gonna use 107 or 106 for the cashier. Okay, I'm gonna go begin to go. All right, I'm gonna type in Dirk, and and I'll put in the extension 4141. Okay, enter. I'm gonna go to the burger tab. It's a Market Street burger with cheese. I'm sorry,
medium well.
what is medium well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, medium well with French fries. Okay, a dessert one. So I'm gonna go to the dessert tab, and then a Coke. So beverage tab and a Coke. All right. So now I'm just gonna double check, make sure I got everything correct, and then I'm going to send my order.
Okay, now once the order, now the cashier, when the cashier puts the order in, they're gonna take and make a line through it, like that, okay? So you can still read it. What that tells me is that it's in the system, okay? I know it went into the computer. And then we leave it here. Everybody good so far? Okay. It stays right here. Now, what happens is people invariably will ask, how long before it's ready? Who here has ever ordered out a pizza? How long? 30. Okay. Usually for me it was like 20 minutes. Okay? So it was almost always 20 minutes, no matter what. Even if they made a pizza here, it's going to take you, if you were cooking it, between the time you got the order, spread the dough out, assemble the pizza, bake it off, it's about 20 minutes. Sounds about right, okay? So now you tell the people 20, 25 minutes, okay? So far so good? Okay. When the order, so there's going to be, and I'm going to show you the duties tomorrow. We're going to go through this again. The runner, all right, in the kitchen is going to be one of us. You're going to take the to-go order with the ticket, all right, because it's going to come up and it's going to have Dirk with his extension on it, and we put it all together. So we're going to collect the burger. It's going to come in styrofoam. The French fries are going to come in styrofoam. The dessert one, the expediter from the senior class will tell the person making desserts to package one up to go, okay? And the Coke we get out here. All right, once it's all set, we're gonna assemble it. We have these plastic bags. I don't know if I have them. Yeah, right here. Okay. Apart. We have these bags like this, these thank you bags. They're gonna take the ticket and, okay, collect it all, and then we're gonna keep it. Now I was it before putting it over here, all right? But from what I understand, that became problematic. So we're gonna keep it back here, okay? We're gonna keep it back here until the person actually shows up and pays for it, okay? So now, once Dirk, all right, so Dirk will come in, I'm here for a to-go order. What's the name? Dirk. Okay, got it right here. Here's your check, all right? You're gonna need to pay it, so you need to see the cashier. When the cashier tells me it's done, all right, yes, Dirk has paid for it, all right, and you'll have a receipt. Then whoever's over here, I'm gonna have a host here, someone on phones, you're gonna help coordinate this. Dirk right here, we got it, off he goes, okay? And actually we'd have to get his code, okay? Because we're gonna have everything except that. And you wanna make sure it's all there. So there should be a big styrofoam container for the burger, the fries are in a smaller one, the dessert's in a smaller one, the styrofoam cup that we're gonna have for the Coke, we're gonna make over here, and we'll give it to them. Once that's done, this ticket comes down from here, and we keep it here. Okay? Over here. All right, and at the end of the day, I'll take all these and then I'm going to throw them away. Now, why do I do that? Well, because a couple reasons. One, sometimes the order that was bought and paid for, it wasn't all together, okay? And somebody's dessert, Dirk's dessert is sitting off to the side and nobody said anything or tagged it. So I look, okay, well, I got his name and I got his number. I could call him back. Sir, your dessert wasn't here when you picked it up. We have it here, okay? Or I've had people come in from across the street. Okay, T-Mobile. They're great for getting their food order. They'll call, put an order in, and then it's closing time and it's still there. So I'll call them up. Did you forget us? Oh my God, yes, I did. Because that happened once. Guy comes flying across the street. I got busy with a customer and whatever. So, so he came flying across, but he was happy that we called him. Okay, and that's it. So then when that's done, the dead tickets stay here. At the end of the day, the captain is I'm implementing something new. You're going to give them to me. I want those at the end of the day. Okay, so that way I have an actual record that everything was paid for. Someone asked it about the dining and dashing, and
It happens once in a while.
yeah, that doesn't happen a lot, and I don't know if it was because I wasn't here or whatever. I don't know. Last semester, the last half, I had surgery on my foot, so.
Ooh.
Okay, well that's not bad considering.
They came back after that.
Oh, what's that?
They came back like.
Wow,
2 weeks
double
later,
whammy.
They came back again. Remember Chef I told you?
Yep.
They came back 2 weeks later.
Did you bring it up? I would have gotten right. I would have gotten right in their face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have. That's not right. They're cheating you. They're cheating you. You know, they're not doing anything to me. They're cheating you guys. You know, that's not right. Like I said, there's plenty of scumbags in the world, but you want to stiff someone, stiff the food lab. We're not. Seriously, we're not. You know.
Yeah, it's everything.
But I told him the story. I told you, there's people out there. I literally saw the guy pull the hair out, put it in himself, and claimed it was there. I'm like, you're a liar, you know. And I told the cop that too, and the cop made him pay.
Ooh.
Well, it's like, how you gonna? There's two of us looking at it. Like, hello, you know.
Yeah.
But there's, you know, what is going through people's mind? I have no idea. But for like $12, I mean, if you take a look at what it costs to eat here, it's a bargain. It really is. It's a freaking bargain. You're gonna cheat someone out of that, but you know, there's other people. But again, there have been times where people have left inadvertently and come back the next day and paid.
Yeah.
Remember the fire alarm?
Yeah.
We had people. A guy called. You know. Because I had to close out the register, he called the next day. He said, "Look, you know, I want to come in and pay our check," and he did. So, you know, there are some honest people in the world. I'm a big believer in karma. I just don't. You know, like I said, that's not worth getting caught. You know, $12 for lunch, like. But anyway, so until we can trust our fellow man again, we're going to keep them off on this side. Once they're all set, that's it. Okay. All right, so any questions on the phone orders at this point? Go ahead.
One of the person just doesn't come at all. We had to call multiple times.
Do we get to eat it?
I don't. I usually give it back to the 38 class. Let Chef Robert do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah, and then we'll just wait out the ticket at the end of the day.
Now, there's certain things that you're allowed to have and certain things you're not allowed to have. And don't try to beat the system either, because I'm going to catch you on that too. Look, I've been around a long time. Believe me, I've seen almost everything. And I worked in New York City, so go figure, all right? So, students aren't allowed to have academies, Academy 1s, Academy 2s. Desserts, nothing until after 12:30, if at all. So, once again, the stuff that the school has are for the customers first.
Even said the hot sandwich.
Okay, yeah, depending on what it is, yeah, it could be the hot sandwich. And again, Chef Robert's running the class, and it's his call. So, you know, we have to do what he asks us to do. Okay. But as I mentioned, you got to make sure that you beat the deadline. You got to make sure that Don's not chasing you around, because that's not going to happen. There's, you know, it just not going to happen. And that's it. So if there's food left at the end of the day, I mean, I want to see phone numbers, and I want the tickets. Yeah, I want the tickets. I'll be calling people. So, you know, let that be, you know, enough, hopefully. Okay, what else?
Okay, really quick regarding the phones.
Oh, the whole.
Please do not hit the hold button. Don't even touch that button, okay? Because if you do, I'm gonna have to hang up on that person and hope that they call back.
Ooh.
Because for some reason that phone has got a mind of its own
Possessed.
and I can't take it off hold. So in other words, I have to unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, so please do not hit the hold button. Now, if you need to call somebody, if it's somebody here in the building with the 4-digit extension, just put in that 4-digit extension. But if you're calling somebody outside, so
There's a guy across the street, so or T-Mobile, you'd have to call
Yeah.
across the street.
So you need to dial 9-1, the area code, and then the 7-digit number. Okay? Regardless, if it's a 951 number, you still need to dial the 951. Okay? Got that? Okay.
Do
Now,
we need the fax? When's the last time we got a fax? Can we get rid of this?
I don't see why not. Everybody, once in a blue moon, Chef Robert tries to use it. So.
Well, then let him put it in his office.
Where?
Well, I'm just saying. Okay.
All right. Where are we at here?
So we got to-go orders, we got phone orders, we got
Student orders.
Student orders. Tomorrow I'm going to be going through how to do lunch. I'm going to show you how to split checks. Okay. It's really simple.
You
Or
want me to
I've had
just-
the reverse happen. So if you take a look at the sheet I gave you, it'll say how to split checks. So you have one check of 4 people, you split. Now here's what happened once. So everybody got their check, okay? Split checks. The guy at the table says, no, you know what, I'll pay for everybody. So I had to put them all back together.
Ooh.
It's on there. All I have to do is read where it says merge checks, so it's just the reverse of what you do. Instead of taking all 4, you put them all 4 into one again.
But in order to do that, you have to get one of us because it requires the key
Right.
card to do
But
that.
it is not something that, because that literally happened, where some guy changed his mind, like, you know, it's like $40, okay, I'll pay for everybody, you know, and he did it when they were up here, you know, so it's okay, fine, so we put it back together, and that was it. It was no big deal, okay? But it's not anything that you can't do. Okay, what else?
Do you want me to
Go
show
ahead,
them?
got a question.
What if someone wants to pay like half the card?
Half
Okay.
and half.
Ooh.
So if somebody wants to pay half cash, half card, do the cash first. Because if you do the credit card first, it's going to
It
take the
closes it
whole
out.
thing.
Yeah, it closes it out.
So always do the cash first. Then whatever's left, then you can put whatever's left on the credit card. Okay? Cash first, always. Now you want me to show them how to close out
Yeah, go ahead.
the checks?
Yep.
Okay, so let's close out Dirk's check here. So I'm gonna go to the pay screen. For the credit cards, you're gonna do authorized credit card. Okay, and then the customer will either insert the chip, tap it, Apple Pay, whatever. Okay, and then I'll get 2 copies that come out. Okay, if they insert the chip, it's going to require a signature. If they do Apple Pay or just tap it, no signature required. But if the customer wants to leave a tip, they're more than welcome to leave a tip with the credit card. Okay, so if the customer leaves a tip and they give me that receipt back, I'm going to close it including the tip.
So if it's $21.50, okay, $21.50 is going to go on a card. Now the guy goes, I want to give a $4.50 tip, or better yet, I give it to the person. He decides to round it up to 25. Okay, so he writes down there. So I get it back, and before we close it out, the original charge is $21.50, but with the tip it's 25. You put in 25. Okay, the whole amount, including the gratuity. You don't do it the hard way because it won't let you do that.
Yeah.
You got to put in the whole thing. And what will happen is this. The check was for $21.50. You put in $25. It pops up and said, "Is $3.50 correct?" So 21, 22. Yes, it is. Okay. So now you hit yes. So it asks you before you run it. The guy put 25 on there. Is this correct? And you look at it and oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Because the person did $21.50 and then it says gratuity $3.50 and then they added it up to 25. Okay, and that's how it works. So you got to put in the total amount, including the gratuity. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if it gets closed out and then they want to put a gratuity in, we can't do that.
Yes, we can.
Oh. Oh.
Yes, we
Ooh.
can.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
Excuse me.
yes, we can. So let's say if you forgot to put in the tip or whatever, put it aside and I come and get me and I can put it in later. Okay? Or I would have to show Chef Gabriel how to do that because I guess he didn't know that.
No, actually, you'll talk me through it when you're out. Remember?
Okay, so yes, so because
I
we do
forgot it
get
already.
busy, especially during lunch, we get busy, and it's like you don't have the time to sit there and figure it out. But anyway, so we're gonna put in whatever the total is, and then we're gonna do credit close. Okay, credit close. After you hit that button, it will pop up with a sign. Tip charge, is that correct? Okay, it's either correct or it's not correct. All right, so in this case we'll just put yes, tip charge is correct, the final receipt will come out and we're good to go. Cash, you can, there's a $10 button, there's a $20 button, and then there's a $100 button. But please don't use the $100 button unless it's approved by either me or Chef Gabriel. Okay. You can type it in. You can hit those buttons, whatever you prefer, but you need to make sure you carry out the decimal. Okay. So in this case, Dirk's bill is $13.59. So if Dirk gives me $14. I can't just put in 14 because the machine is going to take it at 14 cents. Okay, so you need to make sure you put in the $14 in the decimal. All right, so you would hit the cash button, the cash drawer will open, you give him his change and his receipt if he wants it.
And the
Okay,
machine will calculate what should go back.
correct. If Dirk doesn't want his change, if he says keep the change is going to go in the donation box. Okay. Now, the tips on the credit cards, do not worry about taking those out. At the end of the day, I will take them all out together. That way you don't have to remember, oh, did I take that one out? Did I not take this one out? Okay. At the end of the day, the credit card tips, I will take it out all at once. Okay. Questions? Yes.
Do we have any discounts? Maybe some people ask for military discounts or something.
Oh.
Nothing like that. The only discount you guys have is the
No
no
AARP
tax.
discount?
Sorry, Chef.
Sorry, you're
No
old.
senior discounts for you.
Boy, what a kick that is. Now, the money here, just in case you're wondering where it goes, this money here gets collected. When you're seniors, one of the last things that the senior class does is goes to the Beverly Hills Cheese Shop, goes to the LA Market, and
Breakfast.
and breakfast, right? They take you out for breakfast, so the whole thing, parking, everything, and that's all paid for by what the tips that everyone generates, plus some of your cold food, the food that they do for one of the comps in the 38 class. The money helps pay for that. So every student team gets, I think, $50. All right, that is generated from here. So if you're wondering where the money goes, you end up indirectly getting it back later.
What else?
What happens if you're taking cash and you accidentally close the register before putting in that cash in?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
you'll have to
happened.
get
You
one
have
of
to
us
get-
to
yeah,
open
so
the
I would need
register.
the card for that.
Yeah.
And basically what would happen is you just, because it's happened before. I've done it myself.
Yeah.
Where I've closed it, I'm holding it, and I'm closing it, and I'm like, what am I doing? So you just open it up, no sale opens up, and then you stick it in.
Yeah, but you'll have to
But
get
you'd
one of
have
us to
get
do
either
that.
beer shop.
Okay.
And that's not a big deal.
Sign receipts stay in the drawer.
I'm sorry?
Sign receipts stay in the drawer.
Actually, they're gonna go in here. This will be here. There are slots in the cash drawer, but because we get so many, it ends up getting jammed in there. So we just keep them all in this little thing here. Okay.
So that's it. So, as I mentioned, we're going to go through a lot of this tomorrow. You're going to play around with it a lot. I want you to do a bunch of orders. We're going to be practicing all day tomorrow, or a lot of the day tomorrow, because it's, once again, we're going to be hitting the ground on Tuesday, and we're going to need to function. You know.
Wednesday, we're open Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Really? I thought it said Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
It says Wednesday.
Today we said Wednesday.
Ooh.
I asked them in my
Because I'm not here, I won't be here Tuesday either. So that's why they wanted to open. It's hey, sorry.
I guess
She hit the Powerball, so yeah.
If I hit the Powerball, I wouldn't be here, Sean.
I hit the Powerball. We're gonna take you out to lunch. Okay?
Aw.
Where do you want to go? Rome?
Yeah.
Rome, London, Paris? Where do you want to go? You like
Okay,
French
okay.
food?
Regarding the credit card receipts, even if there's no signature required, I still need to keep the merchant copy. Okay. Customer copies, I don't need those. I only need the merchant copies, whether it's signed or not signed. Okay.
Will they go inside here?
Yes.
So we're not open for breakfast
On Tuesday.
You missed the facts.
Well,
I
you
didn't get
could.
I didn't get the. Yeah, I missed the facts.
Oh.
All right, I didn't realize that. What's the sign say?
Tuesday.
So.
Tuesday?
It says Tuesday.
You're gonna get a.
That we're open on Tuesday.
Man, it was a
Or
crowd of
open on
people.
Wednesday.
There was a crowd of people right here. earlier
No,
looking-
it says
Oh yeah, they were
Wednesday.
like trying to pull the door open.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was trying to read the sign and pull the door.
But it says Wednesday.
No, it doesn't. It says Wednesday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The sign says
Did
Tuesday.
you change the shift?
But the paper one says Wednesday.
It's been sitting there.
Ooh.
So this
Oh.
one here, it's Tuesday through Friday, but this one here says Wednesday. So we're both wrong.
Lies after lies.
No.
Lies after lies.
Ah, so I was scaring you for all this stuff. Wow. Okay. Well then I could conceivably do some more on Tuesday.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
good. All right, that's
Okay.
fine. Because
Yeah,
it's
so I'll just
the
leave
more you
it
do
in
it,
training mode.
but as I mentioned, once you start doing it for real and you start kind of settling into a routine and you get over your fear, because there is going to be a certain amount of angst. You know, you don't really, you know, you're not very outgoing, but you got to talk to the customer, you got to get the information and whatever. I mean, that happens, but after a while, it fades away. You get over it. And the next thing you know, but again, they're people just like you are. So, you know, you'll do fine. I mean, all your predecessors did it. You'll do it just fine, right? I'm serious. And they all said the same thing. Oh, I can't do this. Of course you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, they all did it. You could do it too. Okay.
Quick question. I know during orientation we talked about jewelry and rings and hair. I have long hair. How do you want the hair to be pulled back, picked up?
Should
It
technically
should,
be
it's got to
off
be
your
up
shoulders.
off the collar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that kind of tells you it's got to be tied up, button, whatever. You too. Serious, but you know, again, not my rule. So that's usually ladies put like I'm amazed. It's kind of like you have there. There was this one girl I had in my Garmager class at the Culinary Institute. Beautiful hair, but I always saw her with a hat. And then when she took it off, it's like, oh, this little bun. And then she lets it out. Like, where did all that come from?
Oh.
And then she showed me how she did it, and I was like, exactly. And it got so small, and then her hair was gorgeous. Like, wow, I was blown away.
What about like earrings and necklaces and bracelets?
Not allowed.
Ooh.
Well, you all saw the serve safe, so yeah.
So you guys can have a wedding ring, but it has to be a solid band. No diamonds or anything in it.
Okay. Do we have to wear hats or hairnets out here, like in the front?
No. Okay, now I'm going to answer the question with a question. Are you preparing food? There's the answer. No, that's okay. No, because once again, hat, apron, hair restraint is in a food production area. Now, serving is an extension of that, but we're not, no hat needed, and that's it.
Oh.
So answering your question is, if you were cooking breakfast, the answer would be yes, absolutely. Hat, gloves, apron. Out here, you should be okay. But the hair still needs to be up off the collar.
Okay.
That part, because, and one thing I will tell you is that we get inspected every quarter. So we already got inspected sometime, I think it was the end of January, wasn't it? Because I wasn't on surgery yet. It was close, but beginning of February?
We just got inspected.
You did?
Yeah, you were
Okay.
out.
When? No, when was it? Was it just,
It was early March.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they'll be back, that's the first quarter. Second
They'll
quarter
probably
is,
be
April, May, or
back.
June. So
Yeah.
they will be here. And here's something else. The one health inspector, he wanted to see your ServSafe certificates. He literally went through the freaking file. Remember? Couldn't believe it. But he did. He went through the file just to make sure, I'd never seen that before. But he did. And he was like, sure, here you go. Right?
Yep.
But it kind of blew you away too, didn't it? I think
Yeah,
this guy was new
usually-
because he was like really by the
Usually
book.
they'll just ask for a copy of one of them.
Like mine.
Or,
If
yeah.
I'm teaching the class,
But,
which I would good
yeah,
for,
no,
too.
he wanted to see everybody.
You saw everybody's. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. But, whatever. We had it, so here, knock yourself out. And, he was cool. He was cool with it. Okay. Luis, anything you learned last semester? Where's Anthony? Anthony, anything else we learned last semester?
Students, when you guys order your food, try to keep your receipt. Always try to keep your receipt, because at the end, if they'll leave your food on the side, they'll put your name, but if it's not there, you have to prove that you bought it and you haven't given. And if you don't receive your food, you have to look for Chef Don, so she'll give you your food back.
But in order to do that, I need a receipt.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you keep your receipts.
What items are we not allowed to order? Because I did hear about that.
Breakfast, you can order whatever you like. Lunch, it's all up to Chef Robert. But I do know the academies for sure. You're not allowed to order. The hot sandwich, I think that was only towards the end.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure at that point. But once again, that's his call, not mine.
Okay.
I do know the academies for sure. And then desserts, there's no desserts for students until 12:30, right? So 12:30. So ideally, given the choice between having a dessert for you or your mother gets first before we do. It's like that. Mom would probably give it to you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and the cookies. Sometimes they have the peanut butter cookies, so you have to have two different kind of tongs.
Ooh.
One for the chocolate chip and then the oatmeal, and then another one for the.
So we'll have tongs for that. We'll set this up tomorrow, Luis, so you can see it. So there'll be 2 plates with tongs up here, one for the peanut butter and then one for the others. Okay. Anybody lose this, like a library card? I found it on the floor coming in the other day. Okay, what do you think? Okay. All right, well, then let's head back to the classroom and give it up for Chef Don.
Yeah, she's like, no, don't do that.